Hello everybody, this is Diane. I am working on the Stash Buster journals this week. I have these three little ones that we started last week. They're pretty much done. I might have a couple little extra things to do to them, but they're pretty much done. So I'm going to set those aside. And now I'm going to start working on the little golden book size of journals. I have 5 of them. I already took them apart. These are very old. These are all old books. And they were in bad condition. They weren't collectible. They weren't worth anything. So let's just take one and we'll start on that. So because they're so old, the corners are soft. This one actually isn't a little golden book. All the other ones are. This one is a treasure book. And the corners are soft and it just looks old. I love this on the inside. There's Mighty Mouse. I remember watching those cartoons, and Felix the Cat looks like. So we're going to do a little work on the cover before we get going on the pages. I know I'm going to want to add some corners to these metal corners, to the soft corners of the book. And I'm not going to cover that, so I might as well just go ahead and put the corners on right now. Gonna get my little hammer out. Get my glossy accents ready. I just put a little glossy accents on it to ensure that it stays. Get another light on. Just make sure it stays in place. Come on. There we go. We are having a dark and gloomy day today. It's been snowing. It's not a lot of accumulation, but we have a winter weather advisory for snow and ice conditions until early tomorrow afternoon. So I'm not going anywhere. I didn't go get my groceries earlier today like I should have, and now I'm not going to because I don't have anything I need that badly. I hope I can get some of this glossy accents to come out. I went and got a fresh manicure, but I walk there. It takes me about 6 minutes. That looks better. So I was going to do the manicure and then come back and get the car and go get the groceries, but I just didn't feel like it. I just wanted to get some work done in here because I didn't get, I took some days off for Christmas and I was anxious to get going on some stuff. So I didn't. But I took these books apart and selected the book pages that I would use, because I'm not putting the entire story in these journals. And that's all I've done. Then I listed some stuff in my shop. But I really feel like I don't have a lot more time to work in here today, but I really want to at least get started on these journals. I imagine I will be adding these corners to all of these journals. But I'm just going to concentrate on the one right now while I'm on video. And This one isn't bad. It does have some writing in pen, so I can't do anything about that, but this one says Dad, and this one says Janet, and this one, the bird, says Mommy. The frog says something, but I can't read it. But it doesn't really jump out at you, so I think it's okay. I just love the colors and the art on this book cover, so I'm hoping you don't mind that it does have some writing on it, but like I said, it doesn't just jump out at you. It's not that bold. And I like the insides, but I do want to cover the raw edge here. So I'm gonna look at my fabric strips again. Now these strips probably aren't long enough for these longer books, but I can stack them. And that would be fun, give it a more patchwork look anyway. Guess I'll cut it a little bit narrower. I like the colors of this one because it goes with the green background and that pink. I think that's nice. But I don't want to cut. The pink's on the edge, so I don't want to cut all that off. I'll put that pink edge right there on that side. Just won't be pinked. It's pink, but it's not pinked. Does that make sense? I don't know that I'll do too much else to this particular book cover. Just cover up that raw edge and put the book corners on, and I think it's good. It's covering up part of the title. Oh, this one's a longer piece. Some of them are longer. Just save that one out for something else. Oh, this one has poinsettias. I'll save that one out. What do we have that goes with the colors on this? I like those colors. Did you all have a nice Christmas? I haven't really had our Christmas was kind of divided up. And I know I talked about it in a different video, what we were doing, but we had our fondue, our chocolate fondue, which we don't always do that at Christmas. Sometimes we do that for New Year's, but we did our popovers and our fondue at 2 different times. My parents joined us for the popovers. Only my daughter was here for that, and my parents. Oh, and my daughter's boys came. And the popovers, if you don't know what popovers are, I don't know what to tell you. It's similar to the English Yorkshire pudding, but there's no beef broth or anything in it. It's just egg, butter, milk, flour, and you have a special popover pan. It's kind of like a muffin cup, but different. And it pops up. It just puffs way up, and it's hollow inside, and it's just so yummy with butter on it. And they popped up. Sometimes they don't pop up. They're still delicious, but they don't pop up as well. But these popped up better than any I've ever made, I think. It was fantastic. And my dad was here for that, so that was nice. My mom can't eat them because she's gluten-free. So anyway, we did all that, but we didn't do our presents yet. My son brought me a mug, a wide mug, and a set of 4 different flavored cocoa bombs from the coffee shop where he works, just so I would have something to open on Christmas Day. Because we had a ham dinner on Christmas Day, those of us who were available. But the rest of the gifts, and my son did gifts with his wife and daughter, and my daughter just did her gifts with her family today. But I haven't done gifts with anybody. We're going to do that on New Year's Day when everybody's available. So I have the pages selected for the book, and I'm going to... With this book, it's kind of weird because it has the body of the animal, and on the other side of the page is the head of the animal looking into, seeing themselves inside the sugar egg. So there's the owl, there's the frog, but they're not going to be together in the book, so it's just going to be the body of an animal. So I decided I'm going to cut my pages 5.5 by about 7.5. So I'm going to cut these, and then we'll pick out some other pages. This is one of the, well, it's not a golden book, but it's an older book that had more pages. So I'm not using all of the pages in these books. I'm just selecting some, like I did with the little ones. Five and a half by 7.5. So my point about the snow issue today is this, just that it's dark out, just a dark day. So I opened up my shade in here, my blind, and brought my light over from my sewing station to help get enough light for the video, I hope. Don't want to cut the frog's eyeball. there'll be about 7 or 6 book pages from the original books in these journals. I will be selecting some of my stash pieces to include. Guess I could have cut them wider, but because they're Stash Buster journals, and I'm not doing a lot of embellishing in the journals, so I will be sending an assortment of elements from my stash with each journal. Okay, I've got some wallpaper here. This is a pretty one. I got that in a Happy Mail. So I did cut this at, I'm going to cut this at 6 1/4. 5 1/4, I mean. No, 5 3/4. I'm making it a 1/4 inch wider than the other pages that I cut. Isn't it cute with the birds in it? And might as well get one prepped for the next journal since I have it here. What else am I going to add? I need some scrapbook paper. So with the little ones, I just used scrap pieces. But I need bigger ones for these books. So I'm going to look for some pages that are just not in a paper pad, but like leftover pieces. I could use these. Those are from my Stampington magazines. And I think these are just random ones that were in packs from Hobby Lobby. There's a leftover piece. Oh, no, I'm not going to do that. So these are all just random pieces here. So I will use some of these. These are actually placemats. Okay, that's plenty. see, I'll put at least one of these papers from the Stampington magazines in each journal. Make sure I cut that part off. I'll just set those aside for now. I'll cut some for the other books later. These are all pages for this book. And a placemat. I'll do 4 or 5 scrapbook papers in each journal. It's fun to get to do something with a single page instead of a folded page sometimes. So that's why it's fun to do these journals with the bind it all sometimes. Let's see, this is 8.5, so let's cut it in half. 4 3/4, right? Nope, that wasn't right. That's okay. Should have been 4 1/4. This one has some, what are those called? Fleur-de-lis. I keep strumming the string in there. Can you hear it? The wire that's there to guide the blade. Let's do this pretty purple one. Although that would be nice in a boho journal. I'll use it here. I think I have plenty of papers for boho journals. Well, I think I have more than enough for this journal that we're doing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that's plenty of scrapbook paper. Let's move on to something else. Oh, I have to be careful how I move. I woke up yesterday with a strain in my pectoral muscle on the right side. I don't know why I do that, but I do it sometimes. I don't know how it happens. And I guess when you do something like that, you're just more prone to do it again. And I really hate it when it happens. This is just a piece of stationery. I'm gonna I want to keep the decal edge. Yeah, I can just bind it in like this. I can keep both. Yeah, I'll do that. Good. I'll just stick that in there for binding. I have these fun textured papers. Anyway, when I know when I wake up with that sore muscle, that it's just going to get worse as the day progresses, and it did. By the time I went to bed last night, I could hardly move that side of my body. And it's better now, but it's still painful. So I'm trying to be careful. Here is like a handmade type of paper that came out of a notebook. I have these handmade papers that I put in the small journals. Probably won't need to cut these down at all. Nope. And I have some wrapping paper. Gotta find a straight edge. So I will have about 40 pieces in the journal, including cards and envelopes and stuff like that. So let's look at some cards that I can add. Might have a little bit more than that. So I don't need to cut this. I'm just going to include a plant tag card and a library card, a time card, so I'm going to make this shorter than 7.5 inches just so I can fold it up enough to make a pocket. I have these, I don't know what size they are, almost 5 by almost 7 cards, so I don't need to cut them down. I'll just put one in each journal. There's a pretty postcard I can add. These are digitals, so these are book covers that I scanned and are in my digital shop. So I'm going to put one of these in each journal, I think. And then I have these other digitals that are not mine, but they're a larger size. I'm going to put one of those in each journal. And then I have my little playing cards. I'll just put a couple in each. And I think I'll try to make a pocket to stick those into. And I have these note cards that I want to add. Some blank flashcards. And some game sheets. We're not done yet. We have some Monopoly money. The slang cards, definitions. I think I already put a pretty postcard in, but just in case I didn't, I'll throw that over there. Another game score sheet. And I don't think I have any lined paper in here, so I will add some lined paper. Oh, I know, I have some ledger scrapbook paper. It's got lines on it. You can add that. I've got this 12 by 12 pad from Seven Gypsies, and it's still got a lot in it, so I'll use some of that. Now this isn't exactly lined, it just looks like coffee dyed or aged paper. I'll do one more of these. This one has lines. And then we'll take our pages that we've just cut and see how many we have. Four, five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, I'll count these as 1, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. So I'm going to add a couple more pages. do another scrapbook or a wallpaper piece. This was cut out of a wallpaper sample book. And another scrapbook paper. These bigger flash cards. I should tuck one of those in. There's a flash card. I'm gonna save some room for some lined paper that's in my other room. It's in the office. I have notebook papers and graph paper and stuff, so I'll add some of that in. I just don't want to go grab it while I'm filming. So there's scrapbook paper, wallpaper. I'll put all the cards in one pile. Miscellaneous pieces. Put that up there. Wallpaper. Gonna count this Stampington magazine page as scrapbook paper. Got my book pages, then they will go in no particular order in the book. These are scrapbook papers. I'm going to include the placemat with the scrapbook papers too, I think. Some textured paper. And gift wrap. No, I think I'll put the placemat in a different pile. It doesn't matter that much. It just helps me spread things out evenly, more evenly in the book. I don't stress about it. This is what we're going to see when we open. So I want something that looks good with that. And we'll start with that striped paper. Okay, that's enough. I will add a couple more pages of the lined paper like I said, but that's more than 40 pieces here. So I think that will be good, and then I'll just add some simple pockets like I did with the smaller journals. So that's a good start on that one. We'll have nursery songs. Oh, this one isn't a golden book either. So I have 3 golden books, a treasure book, and a wonder book. So these two, I think, are the oldest ones along with that one. So they need the most help. The corners are really soft. So I am going to continue for just a little bit, working on these covers and doing what I can until it's time to quit. And I will be back sometime to show you the progress on these. Thanks for watching today, and please go check out my shop. It's always linked below my videos. If you check out my shop, you can see what might still be there from what I listed today. And if you're interested, and I always have digitals there, and I would appreciate it. So I'll see you soon. Have a creative day today. Bye-bye.